Nia was 19 years old when she downloaded Credit Karma for the first time. She had just applied for her first apartment off campus, and the landlord asked her for a credit check. She did not know what number was going to come up. She did not even know there was a number called that. She opened the app and saw 614 sitting there on the screen. She had no idea if that was good or bad. She had no idea what made it that number. She just knew, from the look on the landlord's face when he called her back, that 614 was not what he was hoping to see. My name is TJ, and that number Nia saw, the one that cost her that apartment, is what this whole video is all about. If you are a student, a recent graduate, or you are simply trying to understand your credit for the first time, make sure to hit subscribe and give this video a thumbs up if it helps you see your own score differently by the end. Now, before we get into why Nia's number dropped the way it did, let me show you exactly what a credit score actually is. A credit score is a 3-digit number between 300 and 850. That is it, 3 digits. And those 3 digits tell every landlord, every bank, every phone company, and in some states, every employer, one thing. How likely are you to pay back money you borrow? The higher the number, the more they trust you. The lower the number, the more they either charge you extra or turn you away completely. Let me show you exactly what I mean. 2 students apply for the same apartment, same university, same income, same references. One has a 720 credit score, one has a 580. The one with 720 gets the keys. The one with 580 gets asked for an extra month of deposit, or gets rejected entirely. Same person on paper, different number, different outcome, and here is where it gets real. The average credit score for Gen Z between age 18 to 30 years right now is 676. The national average is 715. That 39-point gap is not just a number on a screen. It costs real money every single month in higher interest rates, bigger deposits, and worse loan terms. And most of the students sitting at 676 or below have no idea why they are there or how to move. Here is why. Nobody explains what the number is actually made of. They just say, build your credit. Like that is an obvious thing to do, without ever telling you what credit is actually built from. So let me fix that right now. Your credit score is made of 5 things, and that is the whole system. And once you know what they are, you will never look at your score the same way again. I call them the 5 levers, because each one is something you can actually pull. Each one is a behavior, and each behavior moves the number. Lever 1, payment history. This is 35% of your score, more than a third. It is the single biggest piece, and it answers one question. Do you pay what you owe? On time. Every time you pay on time, that gets recorded. Every time you miss a payment, that gets recorded too. One missed payment can drop your score by 50 to 100 points, depending on where you are starting from. But a clean payment history, months and months of paying on time, builds your score steadily and quietly in the background. The action for this lever is simple. Set up autopay on every single account you have. Today. Not tomorrow. Today. Autopay means you never miss a payment because you forgot or because life got busy. The payment happens automatically and your history stays clean. Lever 2, credit utilization. This is 30% of your score. And this is the one that most people have never heard of, and that causes the most confusion. Utilization is how much of your available credit you are using at any given moment. Say you have a credit card with a $1,000 limit and you have spent $700 on it. Your utilization is 70%. And 70% looks bad to the scoring system. It looks like you are stretched, like you are living on borrowed money. The sweet spot is under 10%. So on that same $1,000 card, You want your balance sitting below $100 when your statement closes. The action for this lever: keep your spending low on each card relative to the limit and pay the balance down before your statement date. Not the due date, the statement date. We have a whole separate video on exactly why that matters, and it will click immediately once you have watched this one first. Lever 3. Length of credit history. This is 15% of your score. It measures how long you have been using credit. Older accounts help. Newer accounts temporarily hurt because they bring the average age down. This is why the advice is always, never close your oldest card, even if you do not use it anymore. That old card is carrying years of history that is helping your average. Just leave it open. Leave it alone. Lever 4. Credit mix. This is 10%. It looks at whether you have different types of credit, cards, loans, things like that. A mix shows you can manage different kinds of debt. But here is what I want you to hear clearly. Do not open new accounts just to get a better mix. The score benefit is small, and the risk of mismanaging a new account is real. Let the mix develop naturally over time. Lever 5. New credit. The last 10%. Every time you apply for a new credit card or a loan, the lender checks your credit. That check is called a hard inquiry, and it temporarily lowers your score by a small amount. The problem is when you apply for multiple things in a short period. Multiple hard inquiries in a few months signals to the scoring system that you might be in financial trouble. Shopping desperately for credit. Space your applications at least 6 months apart. One at a time. Slow and steady. 5 levers. That is the whole system. Payment history, utilization, history length, mix, new credit. 35, 30, 15, 10, 10. That adds up to 100. That is all of it. Now, here is the part that most credit videos never cover. And I want to be direct about this because it matters depending on where you are watching from. If you are in the USA, what I just explained is your system. FICO scores, 300 to 850. That is what the banks use. That is what the landlords use. Go to annualcreditreport.com and you can pull your full report free every single week. If you are in the UK, your system works differently. You do not have one credit score, you have 3. Experian gives you a score from 0 to 999. Equifax gives you one from 0 to 700. TransUnion gives you one from 0 to 710. Different lenders check different bureaus. And there is one thing about the UK system that almost nobody tells UK students about. Being registered on the electoral roll, voter registration, actually improves your credit score. It acts as proof of a stable address. If you are in the UK and you are not on the electoral roll, register today. It takes 5 minutes and it moves your score. Use ClearScore to check your Equifax score for free. Use Credit Karma UK for your TransUnion score. If you are in Canada, your scores run from 300 to 900. You have Equifax Canada and TransUnion Canada, both similar to the US system but not identical. Use Borrowell for your Equifax score and Credit Karma Canada for TransUnion, both completely free. If you are in Australia, your system is the newest of all of them. Comprehensive credit reporting only started in 2018, which means positive behavior like paying on time has only been tracked for a few years. Before 2018, only the bad stuff was recorded. Now both good and bad go on your report. Use ClearScore Australia to check your score free. One more thing, and this one matters. If you are in the USA and you check your score on Credit Karma, that number is not your FICO score. Credit Karma shows something called a Vantage score. It is similar, but it is not the same number your landlord or your bank is looking at. The difference can be 20 to 50 points. If you want your actual FICO score, check your bank app or your credit card app. Most of them show it free as a cardholder benefit. Now let me come back to Nia. Nia saw 6114 on her screen and had no idea what was causing it. After she understood the 5 levers, she went back and looked at her one credit card. Her limit was $500. Her balance was $335. Her utilization was 67%. Lever 2 was the problem. She was not missing payments. She was not doing anything wrong in the obvious sense. But 67% utilization was making her look stretched every single month when the bureaus took their snapshot. She pulled money from her savings, which felt wrong, she told me later, because she thought savings was supposed to stay untouched, and paid the card down to $75. That is 15% utilization. She set up autopay for the full balance, and she waited. 35 days later, her score was 671. Same card, same income, same everything, except she understood which lever to pull, and she pulled it. At 20 years old, Nia has a 710 credit score. The apartment she applied for is the one she lives in now. The landlord who turned her away at 614 does not know that Nia figured out his system, but Nia knows. Here is what I want you to do right now, before you close this video. Go check your score. It is completely free. No hard inquiry, no credit card needed. Credit Karma, Clear Score, Borrowell, whichever one works for your country. Write down the number, write down today's date, then look at your credit card balance and divide it by your credit limit. That percentage is your utilization. If it is above 30%, that is the first lever to pull. Pay it down, set up autopay, then come back in 30 days and check the number again. The score is not random. It never was. It is 5 levers, and now you know all 5. Go check it. If you have been checking your score for months and had no idea what was moving it up or down, now you do. Hit subscribe because every video on this channel is going to give you exactly this, the real explanation, not the version that sounds smart but leaves you more confused than when you started. Drop a comment. What is your score right now, and which of the 5 levers do you think is the problem? I read every single one, and I will tell you exactly where to focus first.